When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. Then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-616-8010. That's 1-800-616-8010. Again, 1-800-616-8010. Call now.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? Power Swabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is Ben Gordon with Power Swabs, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with Power Swabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try Power Swabs risk-free, call 1-800-291-5140. That's 1-800-291-5140. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-291-5140. That's 1-800-291-5140.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-595-2614 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 595-2614 to take your call now. Call 800-595-2614. That's 800-595-2614. Again, 800-595-2614.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. Woo! There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
703-835-3224 is the number to call should you wish to speak to yours truly, your lovable host, Rod, live. Jared Fogle, I know. What else is there to really say about this man? Yeah, you know, I would say that he probably should have stayed fat, because he probably wouldn't be in this kind of trouble if he had stayed fat, if he didn't start eating at Subway and lose all that weight. Now, again, here's a guy who, because of his lax morals, has just thrown away. He had it made. Well, how long has he been? Was it like 15 or 16 years? He's been a spokesperson for Subway, making millions of dollars being their spokesperson. And of course, you know, he had other products and services as the years went on, and he wrote a book or two, right? That did okay, and so he was comfortable. Him and his family were comfortable, but because of his lax morals and in his own personal depravity that he couldn't, for whatever reason, keep in check, the guy went out there and did stuff that is just thankfully still taboo in this country. He went and tried to prey on underage kids for his sexual gratification. Now, I know for some people, when I say this, they're going to say, "What? Are you nuts, Rod?" But let me say it anyway. Now, don't get me wrong. What he has pleaded to actually doing and admitting to actually doing is absolutely and completely and fully reprehensible. However, I got to say, in this sick and twisted world, there's sort of a relief point to this story, and that is that Jared Fogle was seeking and actually paying to have sex with underage girls, not boys. I guess, you know, I mean, when you're trying to look at a bright spot in anything, that might be the bright spot. But I got to tell you, I mean, he's admitted that he's admitting that he's, you know, that, well, he's had the child pornography pictures, whatever, in possession of child pornography. And I understand that, you know, so, well, you know, the girl, I read someplace at some point that girls were as, here's the girls as young as 14 and 15 on the IJreview.com. I know that it's kind of disheartening, and to a certain degree, it just shows how depraved and sick our society worldwide, as well as the U.S. society, is getting when we look at it and say, well, but at least he was having sex with girls, not boys. When you have to look at that kind of lowest denominator, you have to understand that your society's morals have really sunk to a new low. I mean, we should be just completely outraged that this guy did this, period. We shouldn't be in some sort of small, minute way be thankful that he wasn't doing it to boys. But look, how many times have we seen a story about a woman or another guy doing that to underage boys? I mean, we just got a story. I just heard something today on Sean Hannity that speaks to this. I mean, in Afghanistan, what do they call them? T-boys or something like that? You know, these are in these Muslim countries, by the way, you know, ruled by Islam. Underage boys is from 8 to 18 are held in sexual slavery and bondage. And that's not all right or okay. And it isn't for, you know, obviously it's not for the women of those countries, because women don't, you know, they're also sex slaves too. They're not allowed to do anything. So hell no would they be able to do what American teachers have done to teenage boys here. But these are men. doing this to boys. So, which is why sometimes you get some people that say, well, at least he was having sex with girls and not little boys. And that's when when you have to step back and say, wow, how sick and depraved has this world become? Really? And we're supposed to believe on the left, well, there's no black and white, there's no right and wrong. It's all a bunch of gray. It depends on, where you're coming from and what's best for you. Well, no, because I get tired of hearing that. Well, for me, and I hate the way people always say it. Well, to me, this is how this goes. No, it has nothing to do with you. So stop saying for me and to me, because it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with society as a whole. Now, I'm sure that, Jared could say, well, for me, I get turned on by 16-year-old girls. Well, no. It has nothing to do with you. Society has decided, rightfully so, that is wrong and you're not going to do it. And you're sick and depraved if you even think about it. There is no personal justification behind that. Plain and simple. I mean, look, I guess the plea deal is he's going to get off with 5 to 12 years possibly or something. Look, he should get 50 years to life, period, as far as I'm concerned. 50 to life. I also understand that in the articles that his wife, once he pleaded guilty, his wife immediately filed for divorce. Good for her. Once he admitted it, it was done. I know some people say, well, he had to do it in order to avoid a longer sentence. Well, you don't cop to such a serious charge if you were not guilty. The man was guilty. And he had everything. I mean, I don't know what you might consider to be a beautiful woman, but his wife wasn't a dog. He had a beautiful home. He had a great business system going there that made his life very comfortable for him and his family, and he blew it. He had it all, and he blew it. For what? For some depraved sexual gratification. For something that was constantly fleeting. Not to mention illegal. Rightfully so. And immoral. And rightfully so. I don't know why why do people do that? That's always fascinated me. Why people do certain things. Now, I fully understand. Well, if you think a law is baseless or it's against God's laws or what have you, and freedom and liberty, and you go against that, I fully understand that. But when you do something like this, which throughout the eternity of man, in the history of man, has always been viewed as being, in most societies, as being depraved, demented, and just plain wrong. Now, I know that there are certain societies at certain points in history that thought that, the ancient Greeks, thought it was okay to teach boys about sex and having a male sexual lover and teacher, all that kind of, yeah. They didn't last very long, by the way. And whenever societies have delved or dove into such depravity, their societies soon collapsed. Look at ancient Rome. Ancient Rome didn't go on the rise by being hedonistic and having orgies and stuff like that. But once they started doing that kind of stuff, we could see, historically speaking, the decline of Rome. I mean, there are a number of different factors for the decline and eventual defeat and destruction of Rome. But look at the parallel. As their depravity rose, their empire and society declined. Look at here in the United States. As our depravity rises, our society as a whole is on the decline.